yellow. It's like not this gray. Oh man, it's perfect. It's like so perfect, and it's gonna be freaking hilarious.
And this is Kool-Aid, one of many free downloads. Just another mixtape for the heads I know. My name is Big Bad Cool, the Snuggle Bunny, Bumbo Heman, Mr. Crispy Straight. The master turn of leaders, I'm the second Mr. Risen, there's no need for belong. I brought your rapper's favorite rapper, his name is Damon Javon. You see, we dirty lad kids, we're here to burst your bubbles. Turn your pockets inside out and make you purchase another. Ask your mothers and your fathers, extra coolers on iTunes. Download the tracks and pass them around like heirlooms. That's not a plug, it's just my verbal luggage. Shout out to Big Time for Herb's Next 100, because we're moving things against the sitting stuck to the show. We're dropping full length albums, sort of holding myself. You used to rap it to your friends about how dope you are, when you know that I'm the shit in the box of Malamars. Wake up, come taste the Kool-Aid. Run, steal, tell me about the dues paid.
Look, if I'm gonna allow you to follow me along on this investigation, I'm gonna have to ask you to handle your business discreetly. I always do. Can't believe you tainted my camera like that. Look, think of this as my office.
Mount Hopeless is basically about two guys that are opposite of the same coin, really. We got one guy who's very lazy, the other guy who's motivated, he has a good job, but really they're both the same type of character. They're both caught in this rut, very comfortable lives. They don't want to leave what they think they have all figured out, but really they're not living life to the fullest. And basically they don't realize that until Monica arrives in the picture and forces them both to break out of their boundaries.
It's like more of a, I don't know, coming to terms with who you are, maybe, trying to realize, that you can't just maintain this life, if you want to break out of it.
Mount Hopeless basically started back in film school, way back in Chicago 10 years ago. I was just coming up with ideas that I could achieve filming, basically. I have a guy who's living in a hallway. Ray, the character, didn't exist at that point. I moved to Wichita, Kansas, and I kind of became like both these characters. Here I am in a place surrounded by friends and family, very comfortable life, but I felt like I could do more, and that's what this film became.
It said something about like creature comforts, and at the time I was like, and I remember even like, I was like, man, I'm gonna have to Google this. And I was talking with my cousin Matt about it, and he's like, I'm pretty sure that's like fast food and stuff, just like normal stuff that we couldn't live without. And I was like, that's what it says on Google too. David is a young man who is, honestly not that far off from where I am in life. You kind of hit this, middle that like, what am I gonna do? Where am I gonna go? Like I'm 23 or 22 or 25 or whatever, and it's just like, what's next kind of thing. And I think that's kind of where David's at in his life. And then you got the things like that keep you doing what you do. It's like, well, this is all I know, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna keep doing it because you're too scared to, and that's why I think he, doesn't leave the house, and he just, he sticks to what he knows, and that's just what he knows. And I can relate to that in a lot of ways, especially at this point in my life, I think, because, sometimes I feel the same way. I feel stuck in that rut of life of just like, well, this is it.
Oh shit.
Oh, awesome. You still have my safe one?
Yeah, I haven't touched it since last night. So, how's the mother?
Pain in the ass. This is always taking too long in delivery.
Yeah, she kinda has a point. I've told this story 100 times now, and I can't explain it, but I just got this overwhelming feeling. You know how people say that they have a calling? Like, this is my calling, Well, it was like calling to me and saying that kind of like, this is what I should do and this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And in my whole life, I've never had that feeling about anything before. So then I went that day. I showed up. I remember when I left my house, I remember being pretty confident. And I remember thinking like, oh, this ain't nothing, I got this. And then I remember by the time I pulled in the parking lot, I was really hot and I was pretty nauseous, and I just felt like snot was running down my throat. That's how I just kept gagging, and I just kept thinking to myself like, okay, you're not gonna do it. You're not gonna go in there, you know, so. And then after about, I don't know, 5-10 minutes of sitting in the parking lot, I had actually made the decision to not go in. For a brief minute, it's like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna tell everybody that I did it and they didn't call me back. You know, and I was thinking in my head, you know, nobody's gonna know, you know, nobody will know. And then when I got in here, it was even more intimidating. It was like, oh shit, this is real. This isn't no, because you know, when I seen that it was associated with Bethany College, I thought maybe this was like a student project or something like that, you know, that maybe students were doing, you know, so. And then when I got in here and seen the green screen and all the lights, it was a little overwhelming, honestly, and I think you guys still have my first, whatever you want to call it, don't you? And I think that if you watch that, you'll see how maybe nervous I was. I know I felt nervous. You guys said I was doing great, but you guys say that every time. Hey, listen, I wish I could go back to work, but I don't have a choice. God works through me. My painting transcends time, mankind, and disability fraud. My donuts never did none of that.
What?
My donuts. Oh man, I made a mean ass donut back at the donut hut. Even actually when I had gotten back to my car, I threw up a little bit, and I was even nervous afterwards. But you know, the craziest thing about it is you can ask the people that I live with. Like after that day, I just knew that this was gonna be this. I knew that I would be sitting right here doing this interview in the end. Mount Hopeless, so far, been a very great experience, very humbled, very blessed to be able to just be on a set like this.
Working with Key was fantastic. He's just a great guy anyway. Everything's very easygoing. So showing up on the set every day to work with this guy was a blast. I couldn't ask for anything more.
You don't move to the window looking out at the cross.